Ja, we back with another video, man. Y'all already know what's going on, all right? Now, if y'all know me, you already know we was about to talk about this. Jay-Z, Pusha T, and them files. Now, yesterday, that Rakai video got pulled down by YouTube. It was my fault. It wasn't really um, YouTube's fault. You know what I'm saying? I should have known better to leave something that I left on the screen. I left it on there too long. I should have blocked it with a picture. And it's because Rakai is still a minor, so they took the video down. Although I can remove it and block what was on the screen and repost it, I'm not gonna do it because I'm not gonna play with YouTube. I've been navigating all that stuff very well for a long time. So that video will live on my Patreon, and I will link that in the description for people that may want to watch it. I'm just not gonna play with YouTube, right? So moving on, Jay-Z, Pusha T. Pretty sure a lot of y'all have caught word that they have released these files that are from like the archive of the FBI. I don't even want to say, or I'm not sure if it's completely apart. Like they're not in Epstein's logs, as in Jay-Z and Pusha T. Jay-Z may be, I'm not sure, but these are like some kind of FBI files that were submitted and they have been released as a part of this entire thing, right? It's been a show for a very long time, but my thing is obviously Pusha T is the most random one. So I immediately thought like, nah, this ain't
Random as hell. I forgot Pusha T even existed. I ain't gonna cap.
this ain't no bullshit, because why would they just release some shit with Pusha T? It's like, why would they just release some bullshit with Pusha T? You know what I'm saying? Like Pusha T is the most random person I could imagine to be included in some stuff like this, but I'm not surprised. Jay-Z, we not surprised at all. I mean, just look at him right here. Well, I'm not surprised. The stuff we've already talked about with him and Foxy Brown, I actually found someone talking about that as well. I could probably throw in this video. But the stuff we have talked about, I'm not surprised with Jay-Z. Check this out real quick. Before I show y'all any clips, we're going to read the unclassified document, right? So it says in approximately 1994, a lot of this stuff is redacted, revealed herself as the past victim of S abuse by you-know-who, described abuse occurred during parties, further identified as a friend of redacted. Now, it also says in approximately 1996, resided with redacted and redacted. An unknown man abducted probably the woman from her home when she later awoke in the presence of Harvey Weinstein and Sean Carter, Jay-Z, while Weinstein had inserted his fingers into redacted. She believed
We know what that was. We know what that was.
she was in Epstein's mansion in Florida. Redacted estimated she was abducted on 7 occasions, awakened each.
Why is they blurring everything out though? Like if you go release something, like just release it. They already said it was Harvey Weinstein, Sean Carter, Jay-Z, and Pusha T. You know what I'm saying? We could read in between the lines. You feel me?
Time in an opulent indoor setting, suffered from S abuse on multiple of those occasions in which your boy Epstein participated, right? So in the other part of this document, it says she believes she was drugged and it clouded her memory, attributed the drugging as frequently performed by persons assigned as handlers, whom she described as persons who established friendship with the victims. Among her handlers identified the artist Pusha T. In approximately 2007, Redacted attended a party following invitation from an unknown man who approached her as she walked down a street. Weinstein and Pusha T also attended the party and drugged her before engaging in S abuse. Redacted claimed to have additional information of other persons involved in the enterprise and information related to racketeering conducted the support of the trafficking. Redacted further believed that she was under surveillance and stalked at the direction of the people involved in the S abuse. So this is crazy. Pusha T and Harvey Weinstein working together. Now, if y'all remember, when we did that Debo video, remember Debo talked about Harvey Weinstein being in charge of him playing that role where he was graping the little ones, or they made it look like he was graping little ones. And he said Harvey Weinstein, pulled some girls from his camp to come and play the role of him graping people, but they made it look like it was little boys. That was in 1997.
Friday?
And this is from 1994 to 1996 with Jay-Z, Pusha T, and Harvey Weinstein. So that lets you know same thing with R. Kelly. They've been on this type of timing.
Well, Jay-Z and Pusha T are on the Epstein files, and people are not trying to keep the same energy saying it's cap. Nah. Y'all said we believe in everything on the Epstein files. Which one is it? The woman on the files claims that Pusha T and Harvey Weinstein attended a party with her, and then they proceeded to give her that Bill Cosby and then SA. She then proceeded that Jay-Z R-worded her as well back in 1996, even stating that she felt that she was in the home of Epstein. Also, it's claimed that Bill Gates caught something from one of the Russian girls he was messing with and was asking for medicine. And Elon was asking to be a part of the most nastiest party that he got. Some are saying no way Jay-Z's part is true because in 1996, he barely had blown up yet. He wasn't as famous as he is now. Now you have people on social media saying no. They believe everything about Elon and Bill Gates, but they won't believe anything when it comes to Pusha T and Jay-Z, saying that.
Well, how you think Jay-Z got to where he got? You know what I'm saying? He had to participate in some of this other ass shit. Exhibit A.
It had to be planted. While others are saying that how are we gonna believe some victims and not all victims on the Epstein files when everyone agreed that whoever names popped up on the Epstein file, they was gonna get that belt basically.
We do have Jay-Z and Pusha T being named in the Epstein files. We do have to remember these are accusations and we have no way to know if these claims have ever been followed up on, and it was a tip submitted to the FBI back in 2019. Now, I did search the rest of the Epstein files to see if any other allegations were made against Jay-Z in these files, and there was not. But some things that I did find in these Epstein files were Jay-Z's name being referenced in multiple different emails sent to Jeffrey Epstein. Like this one, back from 2013, the sender's name is blacked out, and it says to Jeffrey Epstein, and the subject is lessons from Jay-Z's business model, Vulture. And the person says extremely clever, but then the rest of it is blacked out. And in 2014, Jeffrey Epstein gets an email from Jess Staley. And Jess Staley is an American banker and the former group chief executive at Barclays, and he spent 34 years at JP Morgan. And back in November of 2021, he resigned because he started to get scrutiny over his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. The New York Times created an article saying that Staley was Epstein's chief defender at JP Morgan, helping Epstein maintain accounts at the firm amid internal concerns that Epstein was using those accounts for illegal activities. So Jess wrote to Jeffrey Epstein, "You want to know why we're not Say Paulo? Watch the TV ads on the Super Bowl. It's all about hip blacks in hip cars with white women. That group should be in the streets. Has been bought off by Jay-Z." And then there was another email sent by Mark Lloyd to Jeffrey Epstein back in May of 2015. And it appears to be an article that this man got sent to his email account, and then he turned around and sent it to Jeffrey Epstein. And it talks about a couple different things. But one thing that is referenced in this email and even in the subject title is Jay-Z defends himself against Marina Abramovich accusation with proof of donation. And this article is when Marina Abramovich accused Jay-Z of not paying a donation to her institute after she appeared in his music video for song Picasso Baby. This is that music video that everybody remembers, and Marina is straight demonic and creepy as hell. Now, this is a tip back in 2009 that was sent to the FBI that references Jay-Z, Harvey Weinstein, and Pusha T. It says, on July 10th of 2019 at 8:20 a.m. Eastern Time, someone called the FBI National Threat Operations Center to identify herself as a victim of abuse by Jeffrey Epstein and others. This person said in approximately 1994, she revealed herself as a past victim of abuse by Epstein. She described the abuse that occurred during parties, and she also described someone as a friend of someone. In approximately 1996, she revealed that she resided with someone somewhere. an unknown man abducted someone from her home when she later awoke in the presence of Harvey Weinstein and Sean Carter, known as Jay-Z. This person claimed that Harvey Weinstein inserted his fingers into. She believed that she was in Epstein's mansion in Florida. This person estimated that she was abducted on 7 occasions, awaking each time in an indoor setting. She said that she suffered abuse on multiple of those occasions in which Epstein participated. She claims that she recalled Leon Black and William Barr, the current United States Attorney General, being present during some of the occasions of the abuse. And in approximately 2006, Blank last recalled being abused by Epstein. On each occasion, she believed that she was given substances, clouding her memory. She attributed this by being performed.
Man, they was on that Bill Cosby type of time, man. Damn. That shit getting crazy.
By people assigned as handlers, whom she described as persons who established friendships with the victims. Among her handlers, she identified artist Pusha T. In approximately 2007, Blake attended a party following invitation from an unknown man who approached her as she walked down the street.
Now, nobody goes unscathed in this game. Nobody. And that's crazy. Like I said earlier, people on the internet don't want to believe Jay-Z and Pusha T is involved. Jay-Z, we already know what through there. That's why I played her clip, because she pulled up more emails from, Jay-Z being involved in stuff from a whole different level. And I didn't even know Marina Abramovich was, coming at him for not paying her for basically doing that ritual in her video. I mean, in Jay-Z's video. I didn't know that part. Remember, we always talked about that and showed the clips of how demonic that little ritual looked that they were doing. They put their heads together. I didn't know he, gypped her on the bread. I don't know. I don't know if it's still something or it got blown out of proportion and, the internet ran with it, but no one will go unscathed. I'm surprised. I did not think Pusha T. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, we know the industry is what the industry is, but I wouldn't have thought in 20, 30 years that we would see Pusha T name pop up in this. I know he's industry and, he's done the same rituals as any other rapper, artist, actor, whatever, but I definitely wouldn't have thought that. And it makes a lot of sense. You get around guys like Harvey Weinstein, they drug these women, and these producers and Hollywood producers, they telling these rappers, hey, go ahead, do what you want to do with her. Go ahead, she sleep. She ain't even gonna remember this. And in 2 days, 2 years, she still won't remember it. Go right ahead. That's what they be telling them. I can hear it right now. They fresh people talking about, oh, Jay-Z ain't even.
Yep, and then they use it for blackmail. So if you ever get, and then it's like if you get out of line, they go, pull up that little clip, like, oh yeah, we got this. We can release this to the public, and then next thing you know, they, start looking crazy like Britney Spears, and then they paint them as crazy, and then they ruin their image, and then they're cooked.
Dropped his first album yet? We don't know what Jay-Z was on back in them days. We don't know who he was meeting, who was finna help him kick down the door. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. If your name is circled around any of this stuff, I already know what's going on. They got around these Hollywood producers with them drugs, put them on a whole nother life, and they were doing this to young kids. And it makes sense why Jay-Z was with Foxy Brown. Foxy Brown was a hood chick. You know what I'm saying? She probably was already mingling with them circles. Jay-Z saw her. You want to chase that music? I can be, a door for you. And he took her and did what he did with her. Everybody in the industry knows that. So what makes him any different from R. Kelly and Aaliyah? Don't nothing make him any different. And he just done got so paid, done got so much power, he's able to keep a lot of this stuff from truly coming out about him. But regardless, the dirt that you've been doing so long, all this stuff you've been holding on to get to the top and be a billionaire and do all this and do all that, eventually that dirt is gonna unravel. You know what I'm saying? Stuff is gonna unravel, and the truth is gonna come to the light, y'all. So that'll wrap this one up, man. I ain't really.
Man, oh man. Jay-Z, Pusha T. But yeah, man, it's a crazy situation here, man. We got Jay-Z and Pusha T in the Epstein files. Let me know what y'all think about this situation, man. Like, comment, and subscribe.